Welcome, my name is Uhfgood, otherwise known as Keith, and also known as Keith. And Keith's my name, don't wear it out. And okay, so in the last video for today, I am going to continue to do this, and I think I've hit the end here. I mean, I'm going to go through this really briefly, really quickly, because it's just render stuff, and I'll go through that here in a second. Here, you can control the size of the image that Blender creates when rendering is specified in the dimensions panel under the render properties from the apart from any of the top. These settings in the panel are grouped into two columns. The render control, where was that supposed to be at? Top, in the render tab. So let's go to the render tab, which is that one. It's a different icon here. Sampling. I don't really know all this advanced stuff here, so okay, so just to I should hit start, that I didn't do on here, but just to give you a quick idea, that was Eevee. I'm not sure what Workbench is. It's like their old one, I think. It's like the Blender render in the wiki book right there. I believe. I've never messed with it, so I'm not going to mess with it. But this is Cycles, okay, and you can actually see where it's does that do it, because it's something to do with global illumination and all this weird stuff. Anyways, so if I hit F12 now, it takes a little while to render. And I don't know if you can hear it, but my computer's going crazy, the fan. And there we go. And there's my Cycles render. And it doesn't really look that much different from the other. Except when I switch back to Eevee and I hit F12, it actually does look a little different. It looks a little bit brighter, a little bit more contrasty than the Cycles version does. That's because the Cycles version is a little bit more accurate to what a real world lighting scenario would be, I believe. And this is only using, I don't know about much about lighting models, so I don't know enough to tell you about that. Top panel of the render tab shows 3 buttons, image, animation, play. Do I have that in here? Film size. That's armory stuff here. That's not what we're interested in. Well, this has nothing to do with that, I think. Render image dimensions. This is not under the render tab here. This is under like world or something. Resolution, we have dimensions and pixels, additional scale factor, convenience, rendering small, low quality, and it's fast. Full quality for final result. Simply, instead of mentally having to work out numbers for render quality, you can simply set the resolution to full quality. Use the scale factor to reduce this to say 50-25% for interim work and then 100% for final output. So, yeah, so this is the output tab. See, this actually controls your size. So here, let's just do 1280 by 720. Whoop. 720. What's this stupid? Okay, that's, I guess, the quality or something. I forget. So this has to do with here, if I do like this and then I go to, let's go back to Cycles real quick, and I hit F12 again. See, it does it quicker. And it's actually, it's not just a smaller window here. It's, it is, but it's rendering it at half the size of your actual final resolution size, which is in the resolution tab. So now if I hit F12, see, it's bigger, and this is the full size here, see? But what I want to do is I want to go back to here, and I want to go back to Eevee. Anyways, image file formats. You set the format and location for saving out rendered images in the output panel under the render properties. In current version of Blender, the default format for saving rendered images is PNG. This is the lossless format, which has an option for alpha transparency, which means sky background is replaced with transparent pixels enabled by clicking RGBA button. It's a good format if you intend to do further work with the image. Image editor like GIMP or Photoshop, but the files can be large. JPEG is a lossless image format, which means it throws away information the human eye doesn't see. They produce much smaller files and adequate if you just want to upload or render directly for use for a web page. Other such documents are not the best choice if you intend to do further processing. Also doesn't support alpha transparency. Change file format, render properties, look for the output panel. It's not, the output is its own deal now, or at least in this version of Blender. Who knows what the final version of Blender would actually might recombine these or not. So output temp, it's now RGBA PNG format, and then actually if you want to do movies, you select your movie specific file formats, and that's a little bit later for something else, to do something else. So yeah. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and click on the next one to see what's coming up, even though I'm probably not going to do that in this video. Partly because I don't have enough time. Well, mainly because I don't have enough time. I got about 5 minutes here left in this video. But we'll see what's going to happen in this one. I can do this briefly, but we won't be looking at it until the next video. In the properties panel, the world settings control the background or sky settings for your scene. A scene doesn't have a world, in which case the background will simply be black. If you save your images with a transparent sky setting, the background doesn't matter, but in another situation you want to control what appears here. Here's what the two top panels in the world context look like in new default document. Settings further down for the ambient occlusion, environment lighting, and indirect lighting will be discussed later when we discuss lighting. So let's actually go into the world tab here. I believe that's this. No, that's scene. Active tool, render, output, view layer, scene, world. Use nodes. Use shader nodes to render the world. Okay, I got it. This is not even the same thing here. Ambient color is the sourceless, shadowless light coming from all directions, applied to all objects. Trouble is, its effect is very flat, i.e. it washes out details. Probably better to use the environment lighting or ambient occlusion options in the panels further down to soften murky shadows. That's actually in, I don't know, the render tab, or I think it's in the render tab. So what do we have here? We have color. So I could set that to black. See how everything's black. Set to white. You can set to blue, and everything will kind of have a different like color cast. In fact, let's see what happens when I just F12 it. I'm using Eevee, so that's fine. See how everything's purple? I wonder if you can just completely turn that off. With none of the boxes checked, zenith color has no effect. Horizon color does. Sky simply be a fat expanse of this color. Selecting paper sky and real sky on their own has no effect. They work in conjunction with blend sky. Check the blend sky on its own. Now the sky takes on a gradient from zenith color. The zenith, check both blend sky and real sky, you get a horizon color. Like the blend sky and paper sky is more subtler. It's the only thing here is with only blend sky checked, render it looks like this. Blend sky, real sky checked. Key was noticeably off center relative to the horizon button because the camera views at an angle. You can add a texture to your sky, which is going to be discussed later. However, viewport display. I don't know what that means. Viewport display. Strength. Okay, so let's go ahead and revert. It'll revert to the saved one. Okay, and let's get out of that. And let's go back to the... Actually, let's see something here. Right. 1280 by 720, and we're gonna save it there. That way I can mess with the world. We have the color here, viewport display, custom properties, background. Huh. Interesting. I don't really know how to deal with this like sky stuff. Let's do something here. Let's switch this to cycles. And I don't care if it's actually cycles or not, but I'm going to see if this has any effect on the world. Kind of doesn't seem to actually have any effect. I mean, inclusion, volume, surface. Settings. Yeah, see, I don't have these settings, so I don't. I'm not sure what that's about. Understanding the camera. You know, I might. In upcoming videos, I might see about what. Whoa! I don't want to show my room. That's why I got this green screen. Which. Okay. I should, I guess, stop here. I have to stop here anyways. Let's close that. I will get back to you on this whole thing about blend sky, real sky, and all that stuff. If it's just completely gone from Blender, or if it's just in a different like area. I'm not sure, but at least I know that. Let's check out my videos. That we're on this last one, right? And so this is going to be all about cameras. We'll learn about cameras next time. So let's see how that works. So yeah. So thanks for watching. I will see you the next time.